Hi dreamers. Hi dreamers, welcome back to my channel Rosa Star and Books, and today I'm here with kind of a recap of May. So for May, I'll give you guys a little bit of stats, like how much books I read and whatever. I didn't really calculate like how much 5-star rating and stuff I gave because that doesn't really matter to me because most of the books that I gave 5 stars, some of them probably should have been lower, so I don't really business about 5-star ratings. But I've read 58 books in the month of May. I think like this is the most books I've read in a month. I remember January I started up really great. I think I read 40 something books in the month of January, and then for the month of February it was declined, and that was because I had like school started and stuff, so I couldn't read as much as I wanted to. But this video is also about how do I how did I get to read all these books, like how do I do it? I know like a lot of people have been texting me, oh my god, wow, you read so much book. How did you do this? How did you get to read all these books? You should tell me. And I will say that, to be honest, it doesn't feel like I've read like a lot of books. Like I take it week by week and it doesn't feel like I've read a lot of books. So each week what I do is I set a goal for myself. I'm very competitive. I love to challenge myself. I love, like, I set a goal of 300 books for the year of 2021 because last year, like, I reached 200 and something books, and I wanted to up my game for 2021. So I set 300 books. And with that being said, on my mind is constantly that I have to reach that 300 goal. I have to reach that. So each month I don't want to be left behind to reach those that 300 goal. So I constantly push myself each week to read as much books as I can to reach my 300 goal. Right now I'm at 50 something percent into my goal. I have reached 160 something books. So okay, let me get into detail how I do this. So it's not every time that I will feel to read or anything like that. That's okay if you don't feel to read. I understand mood readers and everything like that because I consider myself to be a mood reader as well, because there are times that I read based on my mood. So basically each week starts, and each every little chance I get I read. Like I mean, like I'm home throughout the day. I don't really work. Like I do some freelancing, like writing and stuff like that for people, like market research and stuff like that, writing articles about different markets and stuff like that as a freelance writer. And I do like different writing stuff. So I don't really read throughout the day, like, but like you see, like when it comes to nighttime, or like evening to nighttime, I read I read a lot. So so first of all, you should set a goal for yourself, because I feel like goals can help you to achieve things. Can help you to push you past your limits. And sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing, because sometimes you get drained by setting those goals. You feel like reading isn't enjoyable anymore. But let us just hear me out. So set goals for yourself. Like sometimes you might be idling throughout the day. Any chance you get, you should be reading. Like just read, and don't read anything. Read something that you know you would enjoy. I feel like I most of the times I pick up books that I have a hunch that I would really enjoy. I don't go reading things just because somebody recommended this or because it's popular. Yes, I do read recommended books and popular books, but it's books that I feel like I will fully enjoy. And if I start reading a book and I'm not enjoying it, then I'm not enjoying it. I'm not going to push myself to finish reading it. DNF that book. DNF it. Still review it. Because at the end of the day, like, it doesn't pay off to like force yourself to read something that you don't enjoy. I read things that I enjoy. Sometimes it's not things that I 100% enjoy, but I do enjoy them to some extent. So, like, yes, I read things that I enjoy, and I set a goal for myself. And you see, audiobooks is a lifesaver because listening to audiobooks has been the best thing that ever happened to me. Like, if I didn't if I wasn't introduced to audiobooks and I didn't have audiobooks, I don't know. Like my reading wouldn't be this much, guys. My reading wouldn't be this much. It would be like probably like half that because sometimes like you're around the house, you're doing little chores, you're doing different things, and this is time that you could spend reading. This is times that you could just put on an audiobook, do your chores while listening to that audiobook. Like I feel like audiobook makes it very accessible for you to do other things and also enjoy a good book. So I listen to audiobooks all the time. And for me, I cannot listen to audiobooks at a slow pace like one speed of 1 or 1.5. I have to listen to my audiobooks like 2 and upward. These days, I've been listening to my audiobooks at like 3 or 3.50. Yeah, I listen to my audiobooks at high speed because I'm like, I can pick up things very quickly. I can pick up speech that, like, you could speak super fast and I could pick it up. So I prefer to listen to it fast because I listen to a lot of rappers, and rappers would just be spitting fast shit. So I got used to listening to people speak fast, rappers, and so I listen to my books at a fast pace. So I feel like this has really upped the game because if you were to listen to a book at 1.50 speed or half speed, it would take like forever to finish that book. Like say the book is like 15 hours, it would take you like almost like 15 hours to finish that book, and I don't have 15 hours to waste to finish a book. So like if you bring it up to 3 or 2, like 2 is like half that, 3 is like 3, like you finish it like within a few hours less, like a lot of hours less than that 15 hours. So I do that a lot. Sometimes I'm reading like 7 hour, listening to like 7 hour books, and like I put up the speed, and I'm finished in no time. Mind you, it depends on the narrator. Like I most of the narrators I listen to that I could put up the speed, but that I know that definitely there are some narrators where bumping up that speed does not sound right. So yeah. Finally, well, not really finally, but a next thing that I do is that I don't really care about what others think about what I read. When I say that is that I would read children's picture books, as you saw a few weeks ago. I would read graphic novels. I would read anything If you want to read magazines, read that. I feel like there was a point when people would be like, "Oh, if you're reading children's picture books, why would you read that? That really count, that kind of vibes." But I love exploring different genres, and like probably you might have kids. Oh, probably I might have kids someday, and like I want to give my kids books to read, and I feel like I should know what books I'm giving my kid. I don't want to just give my kid any book. Sometimes there are sexual innuendos in books. Like I've seen it plenty of times. My mom gave me some books and it was like, but I feel like you should just read whatever you want. If you just want to read some short books just to make up for your goal, you can do that. Like nothing is wrong with that. If you want to read your books, like yes, I say read, because some people think that audiobooks does not count as reading. It does count as reading. It is a book, just people narrating it to make your life easier. The end. So like don't care about what you're reading, just read. And like as I say, once you enjoy the book, read audiobooks, read whatever you want to read. I promise you that, well, I can't promise, but I am sure that this will help. And like read wherever chance you get. And a next thing that why I read so much is because I suffer a lot with depression and anxiety and those sort of things. And reading is an escape for me. It is a way to get me to not think about those things, to have my mind set negatively or anything like that. So like I read a lot of the times because especially when I start to feel like extremely down and sad, in order to like take away my mind from that feeling, I read. I just read. Like if I can't read physically, like read with my eyes because I'm so sad, I just listen to the book until like the book ends up cheering me up. Books and like it's a real joy to me because it helps me a lot emotionally. So I feel like that's a major reason why I read so much too, because like I'm constantly, almost every day there is a point in my day where I feel extremely sad and I start to get back into that depressed state. So like I just read books to like help me feel better. So yeah. And I would say also I just like I would say also I have like a passion for reading, because at a younger age, like when I was like in primary school or middle school or whatever guys call it, we call it primary school in my country. I couldn't read. Like I wanted to be able to read, but I couldn't read. As soon as I was able to like read, like understand the words that I was seeing, because like I knew at a point I knew words, but it didn't really, reading is not about knowing words. It's about understanding, comprehending, everything like that. And I couldn't do that. I didn't understand. I admire people who was able to read at a young age, but I think because for me it was because like I didn't go to preschool or anything like that. I went straight to primary school. I had to learn my ABC in primary school. Most of the time, people learn the ABC words and everything before primary school, but I had to learn everything in primary school because I didn't go to preschool. I didn't go to preschool because of my disability, you know. When I went to primary school, and then I learned everything, and then when secondary school came around, or high school, I started reading on Wattpad, and from there I just developed like a passion for reading because I always wanted to read. I always loved the books. Like my mom would bring me books, buy me a whole bunch of books. Every Christmas I would get books, and I wasn't able to read them, and it really sucked because the covers would look so beautiful. She bought Nancy Drew, she bought The Princess and the Frog, she bought a whole bunch of books, and I wasn't able to read it. And I was like, why? I want to be able to read so that I could read this book. So when I finally was able to read, I was so glad because like there was like a bunch of books around my house. Like my mom used to read a lot as well, so she had like a bunch of books plus my sister and stuff. So there was a whole lot of romance books as well, like Harley Quinn romance books. Harley Quinn is really big in the Caribbean. So like yeah, wanted to be able to read that. And like as a teenager, the first book my mom bought for me was a Harley Quinn book. I was like, ooh yes, I got to read a spicy book. I don't have it now. I borrowed someone. I didn't get it back, which I should. I know the person. I know where they live. I'll ask them for it because that was like one of the first books my mom bought for me when I was a teenager. So it's really important to me, and I want to reread it because it was a nice story. So yeah, I have a passion for reading, so I read as much. It's almost like I'm trying to make up for all the books that I haven't read when I was younger because I know a lot of people was reading stuff like Harry Potter, um, the Boxcar Kids, um, those sort of books, and I wasn't able to read those sort of books. So like I think that's why I enjoy reading middle grade children picture books and all that because I wasn't able to, and I can now. So I just read everything and anything. So I don't know if this video will help at all. It reading is not like this big set of thing. Like when I say that is that um my goals and how much I read is not really that important. Really not important. Don't feel like you have to read a bunch of books. Yeah, it would be nice if you read a bunch of books, a lot of books, but it's really not important. All that matters is that you enjoy yourself. Reading is supposed to be an enjoyment, a way to escape from the world, to get into a next world, to learn things, and you do that at whatever pace that you want to read. Like, just do what feels right to you. Don't push yourself if you don't want to push yourself. If you want to push yourself, then push yourself. Like me, I push myself because I love competition. I love setting goals for myself, and basically I am just home bored, so I have nothing better to do. Like I just have nothing better to do. But I mean, I really want to reach my goal before September because September I'm supposed to be starting my bachelor's degree in psychology. And also tell me like if you want me to like film things about me starting my degree and stuff like that, like doing videos about online schooling because my whole program will be online. I'm not going into the school. The only time I have to go into the school is when I have exams. If I get through, like, hope, pray for me. I want to get through. Most likely, I will get through because I mean, I have the grades and everything for it. But I want to get through, do my bachelor's degree in psychology. And if you want videos about that, and I mean, college, university in the Caribbean is different from university in the United States. So if you want to see that process and everything like that, just let me know. I'll be happy to share. Oh, it's 20 minutes. But thank you for watching the video and requesting for me to talk about this. I appreciate all the comments. Appreciate my audience. Started filming this channel not really to, like, I didn't expect people to watch my videos, to be honest, and the fact that at least 5 or 6 people, 11 people watching my channel, and the fact that I've reached 42 subscribers is really great to me. Like, I didn't expect that at all. And I only started my channel last year, and I didn't expect to have 40 something subscribers. But I am so glad, and I appreciate everyone that watch and subscribes to my channel. So that is all I have to talk about. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. See you guys next time in my next video.